are live on YouTube. Sejal, say hi.
Hello everyone.
Just put on your headphones. We are starting.
Land on which Waroni is created. We pay respects to elders past, present, and emerging. We acknowledge that the name Waroni was taken from the Wadi Wadi nation without permission, and we are striving to do better for future reconciliation.
Hello, namaste, and welcome back to Disha in Australia. We are back with yet another episode, and today we have Sejal Bijlani with us. And today we'll be discussing about managing work and study together. Sejal, how are you feeling today?
I am good. I'm a little bit tired because I have my exam like day after tomorrow, but yeah, I'm pretty excited.
Right. So, to be honest, it's like super stressful this week. This is week 6, and this is exam season in ANU, and it's so hectic. I just came back from my accounting exam, and I was like, I'm done today. But like, I still have to go on and do my show because I love you guys.
Oh.
So, Sejal, would you mind telling us a bit about yourself?
So hi guys, my name is Sejal Bijlani. I am doing Master of Accounting at Australian National University, and I'm currently working as an auditor at Bell Chambers Barrett. It's a Canberra-based firm.
Oh, that's amazing. She's also studying accounting, and I just started with accounting. So I'm like a little kid just trying to take baby steps in accounting, and she's in her master's. Can you like see the significant difference? But it's also a thing about taking unconventional choices because I belong from psychology, and like I've never done any of the commerce fields in school or anywhere. So it's a very unconventional field for me, and I hated it in the beginning, but it's fine now. I think I'm slowly getting hold of it. How do you feel about accounting?
I'm very passionate about it. I love it. Like when I started to learn accounting in 11th class, I knew it that I'm gonna do this subject for like the rest of my life because like I would not be interested in another subjects. I would be like I want to study accounting only. Late at night I would just study accounting, solve papers. Even in my board exams, like I got the lowest marks in accounting, but I knew that this is the subject that I love. This is a subject that I want to study, and people say that you should do what you love, so I'm just following my passion and doing accounting.
True. I feel like in the initial time when I used to study accounting, I used to feel it's like very hard and it just doesn't get into my head. But now I feel like it's actually really nice when you do like when you actually think this should be debit. This is very baby things, but like I'm learning this, so this is debit, this is gonna be credit, and like how the stuff is gonna go, how you prepare a balance sheet, income statement. Very baby stuff for you. But like for me it's like a new thing away from what I'm doing. So I'm doing all the theory subjects, criminology, psychology, so sciences and social sciences. So it's kind of a new experience. And talking about experiences, how has your experience been so far doing your degree in Australia?
So it's kind of like a roller coaster. Like, firstly, I was very excited that I came to Australia. It's a new country, new people, and new subject. And things are very different in Australia. Like in India, we could just copy from the book and stuff, but
Yeah.
plagiarism is like a big thing in Australia. So we have to actually use our mind and write on our own. So it was a bit hard in the beginning, and I was very scared. Like, for the first time in my life, I was scared that I'll fail because the subjects are really hard, but somehow I managed, and now I feel like I got a hang of it and I can do the rest of my degree like peacefully.
I can really connect with this because in India we used to never think that I'll pass this course. We are always like, you have to go above 90.
90,
That's a minimum thing. But here when you come, it's like super new. Everything is super different, and we have never written these essays and reports, and that too like researching, doing it in proper formats, Harvard style, APA style, and then doing the bibliography and stuff. I used to feel like it's like too much for me. But I think that gradually you start taking hang of it, and then you are actually able to understand how things go. And I feel like in a way it's really nice here, because if you just copy and paste stuff, you don't get to understand what does it actually mean. But once you start researching it, it is actually nice because you know what you are doing, and you're coming out with some knowledge and not just being a cramming guy or something. Yeah. So Sejal, you are working, right?
Yeah.
So when did you start working here?
So I started working in Australia in April as like a salesperson, and that was new for me because I've always loved accounting, and I was like this person who just calculate things. I was never into marketing or anything, but yeah, since we have to manage our expenses and stuff, so I just started as a salesperson, and that job was pretty chill, to be honest. I thought like I was just being paid for doing nothing, because I would just stand in the shop and like do the sales transaction and just talk to customers. And in that job I realized that I actually like talking to people, and I would feel so happy when a customer would be like, oh, I love this dress, thank you so much for helping me. And like, wow, this job also feels good. Like, retail job made me realize that I'm good in other things also than accounting.
True. So I do feel like here it's all about trying new things, and that's what we are here for. If we are just into our comfort zone, into our shell, it is basically just being the same person as you were a year back or 2 years back, but just not growing. So I feel like here it's all about experiences, and even for me to work part-time, so I'm working at the same store where Sejal used to work. So for the very first day, it was an 8 hours shift. I was dead. I just came out from that store, and there's a sofa just right in front of that sushi.
Yeah.
I was dead there. I was blacked out. I was like, I can't walk home. I'm done with it. I'm done with life at this point, because it was like 8 hours of standing. And you're just working, you're standing, but it's just like managers are pretty chill. They just keep talking and it feels good. But like, I just tried sitting for 1 second, and she's like, who told you can sit here? And I was like, oh my god. And after that 8 hours, I just lost it. I was like, oh my god, I don't think so I can walk home. I don't think so I have the strength to cook dinner after I go home. I'm just done. And then the only thing that took me home was my headphones with some motivational Hindi music. And that's when I got home.
I understand.
How was your whole journey when you started working? How did you manage everything?
Even I was like you, I was very tired because I'm not used to doing a standing job. Being an accountant, I would just sit at a desk, and I was also very tired. But like you said, our manager was like very chill. She would just crack some jokes, and we would interact with customers, and then we would be happy. And after few months, I actually miss that job now, because it was pretty chill and we would get paid breaks. Now I don't
get paid break, guys.
I'm so sorry.
Because you are above 20.
Yeah.
So you get paid breaks, and I'm just 18-year-old little child. So they just don't give me any breaks at all. They're like, you don't get paid breaks.
So sorry for you. But yeah, I miss that job, and I miss my manager. She was pretty cool and chill. Now it is very different.
And I also feel like I've never worked before. And have you worked before?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, so I've never worked before, and for me to get into the work sector, it was like a completely different change, a new shift for everything. And I felt like once you are done with work and you come back home, you do not have strength to cook your dinner. How do you handle study? And being here in ANU, it's like really important for us to have a particular grade. And
Yeah.
and if you're on a chancellor scholarship, then you have to have a minimum of 75 in each subject.
Yeah.
Not in each subject, but your main subjects. But if you're doing honors, then
Yeah, you need to maintain that grade to keep getting the scholarship.
yeah, true. Are you also on a scholarship?
I just got the grant.
Yeah. So in a way you are.
Yeah.
So it's like I felt like it is too much to like if we have always heard in India that 8 hours of work, 8 hours of sleep, 8 hours of relaxment, 8 hours of study. This doesn't fit here. It's not practical. You get tired. You are a human, not a robot that you function that 8 hours you'll be working, 8 hours you'll be sleeping, 8 hours you'll be studying, and 8 hours is your refreshment time. It doesn't work that way.
True. And thing in India was like even if we would work, our mothers would cook something for
Yeah.
us, and like laundry would be get done by someone else. But here we have to do everything on our own, so
Exactly.
it's very stressful.
Yeah. But and guys, Sejal just came back from work. Look at her. She just came back from work and she's here. And how do you feel about working in the time of exams too? So like we have exam season on.
Yeah, it's hard because like I spend most of my weekend trying to get accounting into my head, and then I was working today, and when I got my break I just opened my laptop to study, and now I was just thinking to come back, change my clothes, and then study again because I have my exam day after tomorrow. So it's hectic, but the thing is, since I'm working as an auditor, so I'm doing accounting only kind of, so it's like what I'm learning theoretically in ANU, I'm doing it practically, so it's kind of matches up.
Yeah.
So I don't have to stress too much, like I get what I'm trying to learn in my job.
Yeah, that makes sense. And that is also like a sort of internship for you.
Yeah.
And that is paying you. So
Yeah.
it's a win-win.
Win-win situation.
Yeah. So you started working in April and we came in February.
Yeah.
Right? So like literally in 2 months.
Yeah.
So how did you manage to get your first job and now working in your field itself?
So it was very hard to get a job because like a lot of people came to Australia at that time, and there was a lot of competition. So I would apply like everyone else. I would apply through Seek, Indeed, LinkedIn, and like the online platforms. But I would not get any response because managers and all of these people are very busy. They don't have time to look at 1,000 applications. So then I heard from a friend that you should actually print out your resume and like distribute it like a poster. Yeah. To all the shops. And then I had a friend who had connections in this mall, so he took me and he was like, I know some people, just go there, give your resume and tell them about yourself. So I just went to all the stores, and then at Commonry the manager really liked me. She was like, oh, you're so cute, you're so nice, I'll give you a call. And I was not sure, I thought she was just trying to make me happy by saying this, but she actually called me and then she said, come and I'll train you and then you can start working. So yeah, I thought maybe I should have just started by printing my resume and giving it to the managers in the stores. I wasted like 1.5 months by just applying online. It was of no use.
Yeah, I feel the same because like actually when I distributed my resume as pamphlets, there was still no response, to be very honest, guys. That's the reality of being an international student here. You don't get jobs easily. I mean, I have always talked about the bright side of being here, but the harsh reality of being here is also that you have to like really work hard to achieve something. It's not like readily available in your plate. Even in the university, so like in India, everyone is like spoon fed. Everything. So your parents give you all the luxuries in your life, your school, make sure that you get things in your head. They'll provide you extra classes, they'll just be at your back. They'll do these pre-boards or these mock tests, assignments, everything, regular tests, and you're so much focused there because everything is just right here. You are having the resources. You just have to listen to your teachers because you're basically spoon fed. But in here, in university as well as in Australia, you have to find ways yourself. It's not that everything is just right in front of you.
Yeah, we don't have connections there, so we have to find a job by ourselves.
True. So I remember I used to like go and be like, here's my resume to all the managers, and my friends were like, don't give it to the salesperson, give it to the manager, otherwise your resume is going to the bin.
That is true. That is so true.
And I'm like, I have like really taken out time to write this whole CV, and it going to a bin will really break my heart. But I felt like in a few restaurants, because obviously I don't have, so a lot of people demand experience. I just don't understand how can you expect an 18-year-old to have an experience of retail, of managing restaurants, of making burgers and selling it from India. Here it's like
very
common
common.
culture for people to work, but like for us internationally, it's not common for us to like work there. What's your take on that?
Yeah, it's true. Like in Australia, people start working from 14 or 15,
Yeah.
like from a very early age, and they start with McDonald's, KFC, or all the restaurants, and then they have experience, so they get preference over us because they know how to do it, and like how to work under stress and with a lot of crowd. But in India, we don't get this experience. Even if we tell our parents that, hey, mom, dad, can we go to work at McDonald's? They'll be like,
Yeah.
why?
Are you out of your mind?
We are giving you all the money you need.
Yeah, true. And like here, every job is respected, but that's not the same case, I think, in India,
That is true.
because it's like for us in our country, it's like mostly this is this is the job that you should do. This is the job that you should not do. This is something that is not widely accepted in the society, and people just go with how the society wants them to go. As I did gender studies, that's not even something that India talks about most of the times. So it's like here you are getting richer in a lot of experiences.
Yeah, it's good. We have a lot of options. We have the freedom to do whatever we want.
Yeah, true. So and after you did your retail job, how did you manage to find this job?
I would just say I was in the right place at the right time. It was like purely luck, because so ANU has these workshops wherein like the managers and the partners from various firms, they come and they just take mock interviews. It's not serious, it's just for our practice, so when we graduate we know how to give an interview. So like many firms from Canberra came, and I just went there like very chill. It's just mock interview. I didn't even take my resume. I was that chill. And then when I went there, the people from Belgium was Barrett. They came and they talked about me. They like how I'm feeling in Canberra, how is life, and I told them I love accounting and all of that. And like to my sheer disbelief, they just said that, do you need a job? We are looking for a part-time auditor or accountant, and if you want, we can hire you. You can give like a real interview at our firm. And I was like, really? You're giving me a job at this thing, at a workshop? And they said, yeah, you can come for a real interview. If we like you, we'll hire you. And then I went for the real interview. Literally, I learned all the things from my 11th, 12th accounting, because in India, whenever you go for an interview, they ask you questions related to accounting and like technical things. But when I went there, they were so chill. They were just talking about my personality, like what do you like, how have you been feeling in Canberra, and what do you want to do in life. Just chill, no questions about accounting. And they liked my personality, so they just hired me. Because in Australia, like people train us for everything, like for all the jobs you get training. So they just see if you are good enough. If you have the confidence, then they'll hire you. They're anyways going to teach you. So they liked me, and I got the job and was like, I'm the only one in my first year who got like the job
Yeah.
in my field. So I was very happy.
That's a proud moment for me too, because I'm your friend. But like getting a job in your sector is a really huge thing, and
Yeah.
congratulations for that.
Thank you.
And I think that's because you get opportunities here. Like opportunities are everywhere around you. You just have to grab them,
Yeah.
right? And I feel like for me, even so, I'm also doing some sort of mentorship internship with Mental Health Foundation Australia. We obviously don't get paid for it, but it's like such a nice experience to study mental health in the context of Australia, because I studied it with India. So I did an internship with Fortis Hospital, Noida, and it was really chill, and I really liked it. I used to like crave up on that internship in the beginning, but I was like, I don't want to give up on this, because it just gave me so much. And towards the end, I can't even tell my experience. It was so good that I would forever choose that internship over anything, and I would always recommend people to choose that internship. Um, Also here, so I felt like here becoming a youth leader, it's like pretty similar to what I did in the internship in India. We're just following the same pattern. It's like literally the same thing happening. Just I feel like there might be 1 or 2% difference. That's it. That's just the Australian context and it was Indian context. And it is absolutely same. Everything about it. But it's fun. It's actually nice to have some experience for mental health within Australia.
I would like to say this, that when I did my undergraduation in India, I never imagined working at that age because
Yeah.
I thought we are very small. But when I came here, my perception about doing job really changed. Like, look at you. You are
Yeah.
18. You are in your undergraduation right now, but you are working
True.
at like 2 jobs. So, like, it's very good. You get this experience and you come out of your shell. And I never thought like people, 18-year-olds could also work.
Yeah. Even I couldn't think that, because I've always said that it was never my plan to come abroad. So for me, my lab was sorted. I already planned how am I supposed to go. I decided the colleges. I decided the Indian states. It was just something out of nowhere that I came here, and it's like literal shock for me till date that I'm studying abroad. But I'm loving this experience. So I feel like everything happens for a reason, and I absolutely love what universe has did for me. Universe plans are the best. So so like when you work, how do you feel at your workplace?
At first, it was very overwhelming for me because I thought I am the dumbest person there. Everyone was using so many technical terms, and I was like, what does that mean? Like, what is COGS? And they said it's cost of goods sold. And I was like, what? You guys have short form for everything. And then I was like, oh god, I'm in my first year. I'm like a kid there, and they are all so
Yeah.
mature. They have done their CPA, CAs, and I just felt like, why did they hire me? I was doubting myself a lot. But now that I've been there for a month and some days, I feel very confident. I feel like I've grown so much. Like, since the time I've come to Australia, I feel like I'm aging every day. I'm
True.
learning something new every day. Like, I feel like I've become so mature than I was before. And I've learned so much, and I feel confident that after my graduation, I can get a job or maybe continue there, the place where I'm working right now. And I'm not stressed about my studies anymore because I'm doing the things practically.
Yeah.
So I know what to do, I know the answers. I know I don't need to, mug them up and think about it a lot.
Yeah. And how do you feel as a person when you came here versus now? I feel like you might have seen a change in me, and I might have seen a change in you,
Yeah.
because it's like when we came here, we were a lot childish, but like
Yeah.
we are getting mature somehow. I feel like that.
Yeah, same. I think everyone. I've grown up so much. I feel like that because in India I would party every day. I would go to clubs. I was a club person. Like every day I would, even before my exams, I would go to clubs. But now I haven't even gone to club in months, and just work, then study.
Was
then,
it us when we went to the club last time? I don't think we have went after that.
Yeah, yeah.
And
it's
that
true.
was in summers. We have passed winters.
And spring has also come now.
Yeah. I mean, here most of the people have this perception that you go abroad, you party, and you have fun, and that's it.
That's
it's
not true.
that.
It's the opposite, to be honest.
Exactly. It's like even tougher.
Hmm.
But it just teaches you life lessons, something that you will have forever and you will always cherish it. I feel like, and that too in all the ways. So like making food for yourself is like feeling independency. It's like
Yeah.
you're not dependent on someone. And if you do the job, you're able to buy yourself food. So like with my first thing, I just got myself the food and I was like, I paid for it.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've paid for something. And I felt so happy because I felt like I have earned this.
Yeah.
And out of all the hard work that I did, so it's like a well earned money.
Yeah.
And in India, we say that when you start working, you start realizing the value of your dad.
And the money.
Yeah, and that's so true. Now I've become, I was a very big spendthrift, but now I'm like, I know my limits. I can't go beyond this. I know this is my max amount. I can't go beyond this.
I just realized, like in India, we would ask our parents for money and they would give us without thinking. And like every father in India, they would have the same shoes, same wallet, same clothes. They would not buy anything new for themselves. And now when you start earning, you know, like, oh my God, it's they used to feel this.
so hard to work, and like you have to go there every day because in order to actually manage your expenses, you just can't go and be like, oh, I worked one day, I'm gonna rest 6 days. That's not how it works.
It's really good.
Yeah. And along with that, we also say when you start taking care of home, you'll realize your mom. And that's so true. I feel like my mom used to do so easy work, just cooking food for everyone.
Yeah.
And that's it. And now I do it, I feel like it's a little too much. She is a superwoman.
Yeah. That is also true.
But like we are combining both of them. So we're doing the work of our mom and we're doing the work of our dad too.
Yeah.
So we are strong. All the international students are really strong. How do you manage study with your part-time?
So I work 3 days, and after that, whenever I come back from work, I take some rest, chill for some time, watch some series or something, and then I start studying again. And during weekends, I usually study. Right now, I just came back from work, so I was thinking to take a break and then study because I have an exam day after tomorrow. But I'm really looking forward to the mid-sem break so that we can get a rest finally and like sleep. For now I understand the value of sleep so much. I just want to sleep for like 8 hours.
True. And how about the social life? How do you feel about your social life after you start working?
It has reduced, to be honest. I used to hang out a lot with my friends, but still during the weekends we managed to meet. So me and my friends discussed to meet in the library. So first we talk like, how are you, how's life and all that, and then we start studying. So firstly social life was like going to places, but now social life is like going to library, studying, and then also enjoying and chilling. So it's good. And right now we are having this multicultural festival in ANU, so we are practicing for that every night. So I'm able to meet my friends now because of that practice. But it's really good and I am excited for it because we are representing all the cultures.
True. That sounds fun. So one more question. So you have done your undergrad in India.
Yeah.
And you're doing your postgrad in Australia.
Yep.
How is it different?
It's very different. My undergraduation was like it was just like it just came and went, and it was so easy. I just felt like I was just how do I say this, but it was very easy. Like I would just copy the things from my book. I was not that stressed. I studied like few days before my exam, still managed to get 9 CGPA, and I didn't feel like it was very stressful. And I would party every day. I never worked in India. I should be ashamed of saying this. Like till 20 years I didn't work. I was like a rich brat. I would ask my father for money, and I didn't realize the value of money at that time,
Yeah.
but now I know. And now I spend very like little money on clothes, clubbing and stuff.
Yeah. We have become more responsible here.
Hmm.
I feel like for me, I can only give an example of my school, which was shut for 2 years due to COVID, but still, I will give a little thing. So, like, for me in school, it was good. Like, we obviously in school, you don't like take so many rupees. It's just like you go move out of the school, you see that burger point, you get a burger, or you just take a candy. That was our fun. That was
Yeah.
something that we used to call fun. And that was the most fun time in my life. It was simple, cheapest, but the most fun time I've ever had. I could never ever forget. And then coming back in that school bus and all your friends around you, and you talk your whole day, and then you play with them and all the stupid games. Never have I ever, truth and dare, everything. It used to be so fun. I can never forget that. But here too, I feel like I have fun friends. So like last night I was studying and I had like two of my friends sitting. Both of them, like I had my so I was studying accounts, and these guys were laughing. I don't know why, and they just don't stop. I just don't understand that what's the thing behind you see your friends and you start laughing. I just don't get it. But it's the fun thing. Like after a point, like I'm remembering my school moments. After a point, I'll remember. Oh, I remember I used to study with my friends till 4 a.m. and we used to have so much fun. And yeah, that's what we'll remember after this. But like, what are your final thoughts on working and managing your expenses and studying? How do you feel about it?
It's kind of hectic, to be honest, but I would just recommend everyone to have fun, because this is the time you'll have the most of your fun.
Yeah.
And this is the time you'll enjoy. After this, there's only going down.
Yeah.
Guys, have fun till you are in your 20s. After that, it's just bad. So even if you are working, studying, or doing anything, don't forget to take some rest, chill with your friends, and just be happy.
Yeah. And like, as an elder sister, what would you say to an 18-year-old?
I'm proud of you that you are doing a job at 18, and it's very good that you are learning so many things. You are buying your own stuff, your food, your clothes, and I hope that you'll become better every day.
Thank you. And with this, we are ending our today's. Like, it will be out in a couple of weeks. But till then, thank you so much to everyone who tuned in live, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye. And with this, I'm ending the live. Thank you, Sejal, for joining in.
Bye bye.